KARK 4 News at 6 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News at 6.
Money and jobs on the line today as a government shutdown rolls out.
At midnight last night, for the first time in 17 years, the Republicans in Congress chose to shut down the federal government.
President Obama today placing blame for the government shutdown on congressional Republicans, saying it's part of their, quote, ideological crusade against Obamacare. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight at 6, everybody. I'm Bob Clausen.
And I'm Ashley Ketz. Good to see those words not going unchallenged by Republicans. We'll have what they have to say here in just a minute. But first, the count on where we stand at this hour. According to the Arkansas Department of Finance officials, the shutdown began 19 hours ago. This morning, 955 state employees, 900 members of the Air National Guard and Army National Guard. They went to work just to be told to go home. On Capitol Hill, Republicans and Democrats continue to blame each other. Republicans are proposing deals to reopen parts of the government, all of them involved in delaying or defunding the federal health care law. But Democrats demand the whole shutdown be ended and Obamacare be left alone.
Arkansas Congressman Tim Griffin sharing his frustration moments after the president said the shutdown was part of a Republican, quote, as you just saw, ideological crusade against Obamacare. Griffin disagrees and lays the blame squarely on the Senate and some living room furniture.
Where was the Senate? They were sitting on a couch eating Doritos watching football. We were up here wanting an agreement. So the clock runs out last night and senators go up, we're out of time.
Congressman,
yeah, you're out of time. You took Sunday off.
Congressman Griffin says that he has been working with Republicans and Democrats in the group No Labels to resolve the shutdown in the House, but says the Senate members simply aren't working with them.
And fellow Republican Congressman Tom Cotton addressing the government shutdown on the floor of the House of Representatives. He released this clip you see here on his YouTube page, railing against Senate Democrats. And you can see much more of that clip as well as our full interview with Tim Griffin on our website, ArkansasMatters.com.
And with the government shutdown taking hold, the effects obviously being felt here at home. KARK4's David Goins joining us now live, where landmarks are closed as well as some places you may not actually expect. Right, David?
That is right, Bob. The Central High Visitor Center closed sign went up earlier this afternoon. Sure, it's an inconvenience to tourists. We'd like to have our national parks and landmarks open, but think about this. Employees who work with Little Rock's Working Homeless who may not have much to go back for now. The beds are empty. The residents at our house in Little Rock on this day at work and school. But for Vistas like Wendy Dwyer, jobs are in jeopardy. A Vista stands for Volunteers in Service to America. Dwyer's paid little more than $11,000 a year, all of it by the federal government, now shut down.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought it would, it's one of those threats that would never come through, but then it did, so now I'm kind of wondering, where does that leave me?
For now, Dwyer says she will continue to serve even if she's not paid.
We need them, but right now they need us.
Georgia Miartin, who heads up our house, says the decision in D.C. to shut down has devastating effects for Arkansans in need.
When the federal government doesn't follow through on their promise to provide a living stipend so that our service members can give to the homeless, I think that message is a message that really lets a lot of young people down.
Dwyer arrived in Arkansas just 6 weeks ago, traveling cross country from Portland, Oregon, dedicated to service, now doubting how long she can last.
When all the wheels grind to a halt, we're not just being affected. Our house members are being affected, residents, childcare, everything.
Our house hoping that those seeing this report tonight will perhaps help those employees stay on the job with donations of gas cards, gift cards, cash donations, anything to help those employees stay on so they can assist the working homeless here in Little Rock while our national monuments and our national markers remain closed tonight. Live in Little Rock, David Goins, KARK 4 News.
A little bit will go a long way there without a doubt, David. Thanks very much. Governor Mike Beebe says no matter how many state employees get sent home because of the shutdown, will all feel the effects. Right now, the Department of Human Services' 58 child abuse investigators have been furloughed out of more than 800 total investigators. DHS has more than 7,000 employees, with just over 200 right now being furloughed.
It's changing by the minute in terms of who gets furloughed, who doesn't get furloughed, what programs get cut, what programs don't get cut. A lot of uncertainty. You know, the human element too is that you got so many people that have lost their job, or at least temporarily lost their job.
Governor Beebe adds that lost wages will affect tax receipts for the state as well.
And a fallen firefighter will be honored despite a government shutdown. Jacksonville's Donald Jones will be honored this weekend by the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation in Emmitsburg, Maryland. That is where the National Firefighter Monument is, a federal building. Now, the Sunday memorial service will be moved to Mount St. Mary's University there instead. Jones was killed in the line of duty last March when he was hit working a car accident.
Health matters as another major story is unfolding today across the country. Even with the government shutdown, the new health insurance marketplace is opening up right on time. The Clinton School hosting an information and health insurance kickoff event today. People looking for insurance, meetings with guides to help show them plans and navigate this whole thing, see what's available to get them signed up with an Arkansas Health Connector account. Many of the people we found today didn't sign up for coverage on the first day. They're just out there getting informed.
I think that folks should do their research, their personal research, and decide what plan is best for them based on their own individual situation that they find themselves in.
Great advice right there. The insurance department did report some website connectivity issues on day one, but people were able to sign up via paper forms if needed.
A father asking for justice in a school system after he says his daughter received explicit pictures from an older classmate and football player at the high school. KARK's Josh Berry reports the family says the student still playing ball on Friday night is a clear double standard. Josh?
Yeah, that's right, Ashley. Basing the claim on a previous incident where a cheerleader was immediately removed from the squad for posting inappropriate pictures to social media. They say this time it's far worse, with the discipline just not adding up.
It's a bad thing, man.
As he helps manage his Arkadelphia family business, the safety of a family member of Richard Ziegler's has become a concern for him.
Oh, it's disgusting. It ain't right. You know, it's just totally immoral behavior.
Ziegler says his 14-year-old daughter received unwanted sexual pictures and messages from and was sexually harassed by another 16-year-old high school student on and off campus. When he found out about it, he immediately took his daughter's phone with the pictures to the Clark County Sheriff's Department. Local law enforcement says the case is under investigation. But Ziegler says this shouldn't end with law enforcement. He thinks the school should discipline the unnamed juvenile boy.
Well, it's kind of a double standard thing.
He says the pictures from his daughter came from a football player at Arkadelphia High School last month.
Anybody else that would have done this, the punishment would have been handed out quickly. For the last 2 weeks, he's still on the ball field.
With his daughter claiming some of the inappropriate actions taking place at school.
I don't think you ought to be allowed to play football.
Now Ziegler says he told the principal he's removing his daughter from the high school for her safety.
And I told him, I said, you can't protect her. You can't keep this from happening to her. So we got no other choice.
Now, the difference in the two events that they're basing this on, the cheerleading one happened at a school-sanctioned event. Now, we reached out to the school district, which says it doesn't police or discipline incidents outside of its jurisdiction, where they say the cell phone incident happened. A statement from the district spokesperson read in part, quote, "Any investigation regarding allegations of a student's off-campus conduct would be handled by the Clark County juvenile authorities. If any investigation yielded evidence of an issue occurring at school or at a school event, then the school would take the appropriate action." Back to you.
All right, Josh, thanks. And he also talked with a parent of the cheerleader who was removed from that squad this summer. They called this a double standard as well. And if you'd like to see his full interview with Josh, you can go to arkansasmatters.com.
Veterans have a harder time when they hit the pavement looking for work. That according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Veteran unemployment numbers are lower than the national average. And today, the U.S. Chamber trying to change that with its Hiring Our Heroes job fair. This one at the State House Convention Center in Little Rock. Hundreds of veterans showed up to meet face-to-face with prospective employers. 65 of them ranging from small to large companies. President Bill Clinton making an appearance as well. speaking, saying that employers should add more veterans to its payroll. Some employers said they joined in on the event because veterans have too many skills that are transferable right into the workforce.
The benefits of hiring veterans are so underestimated that it's unbelievable.
Since Hiring Our Heroes began in March 2011, more than 20,000 veterans and military spouses have been hired through the job fairs like this one.
Access denied when it comes to beautiful parks here in the state. Arkansas is second to none. So coming up, why park rangers are saying access denied.
And it was a warm and rather muggy day across Arkansas today. High temperature in Little Rock, 83. Some places approaching the 90-degree mark this afternoon. We only dropped to 70 this morning. We should be down into the upper 50s. We're going to see some temperatures down into the 40s right here in Little Rock. In your 7-day forecast, we'll have all the details in just a couple minutes.
From the station that brings you local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News at 6 in high definition. With Bob Clausen, Ashley Katz, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Aaron Peters with your Razorback Nation report.